what would then be some opportunities, like looking now in 2022, 2023, and even, ahead? What would be some opportunities that you see that are available for leaders that understand and take this seriously?
Yes, I think that very many leaders and organizations, they understand the importance of diversity and equity. But then, it's not all about the numbers and the data and the figures and the heads. It's also about how do we make it happen? How do we make people feel included? Like you said before, how do we spend enough time on this? And how do we make sure that we don't miss anyone out, especially now when we are still in this hybrid working mode? It's easy to forget the ones that you don't see every day, maybe, when you consider who can I appoint for that new open position, etc. So it's important also to think twice when you look on your list. And I think it's important to really start working then with both inclusion but also belonging. Because I think that is something that is, you have to go away from, the KPIs and the targets, and really work with this on a continuous basis. Of course, you can measure it in terms of engagement surveys, etc. But you have to have patience here as well, and see this as a longer work strategy than just quarter by quarter, because again it takes time, and it takes time for us to trust our leaders if we haven't done that before. So building that, having that psychological safety, that more and more companies also are recognizing as a very important thing to talk about as well. How do we create these environments where people feel safe to speak up and be themselves? And there, I think we also need a leadership that dares to be vulnerable and dare to be open and honest and say, hey, team, this is an area where I'm not that competent. I don't have all the answers, and they don't have to, because you have a whole team full of experts and experience to help you solve it. But I mean, we have had a leadership that is really much more focusing on looking at the leader, micromanagement and control and command, and we have to steer away from that. And that requires a different kind of leadership style and leadership skills. So you have to feel comfortable with that as well then, and see that this is something that you dare to do in your daily leading of your team and your operations.